Right, so most people, when they start racing, the thing that they fear most is the scrutineering process or the technical control. I'm just going to have a quick run through it now, because there's nothing to be worried about with it. I'll show you the things that we're looking for, I'll show you the details that we're interested in, and I'll just point out some of the things that are technically infringements, but we don't really worry about too much in the real world. So we start off in your pack. You've seen this before, we sent you the pack. It's got your technical inspection card in it. On there it's got your racing number, your name, your bike, the circuit, the date. Over here, this is the side that you need to fill in. You need to fill in your transponder number, your frame number and your engine number. Some engine numbers are enormously long. If you've got a real long engine number, real long frame number, just put the last 8 digits. We'll check those. That'll be perfectly fine. Okay, so what we're actually looking at here, we've got an RRV here, and the technical control process for it is very, very simple. I'll just go through exactly what we're going to look at. We'll start at the front end of the bike. What we're really interested in, no sharp edges. No sharp edges on the ball ends, no sharp edges on the levers. Everything's firm and secure, and it's not going to twist around on you when you go for the brakes. Okay, so that's all okay. We're going to check the steering lock. We're checking for a couple of things there. What we're checking is that there's no cables down here that are going to get trapped, that your brake line's not going to get snagged, that your clutch cable's not going to get snagged, nothing that's going to cause you an accident. We're also checking to make sure there's enough clearance between the tank and the handlebar. On some of the bikes, some of the 600s, you'll find that that clearance is minimal. It needs to be a minimum of 30 millimetres. If it's not, you need to adjust lock stops in order to make it fit. Okay, so we've got good clearance, lock stops are all good, throttle self-closing, kill switch works. So we're now going to say levers, no free play in the levers. Put the brake on, pull the suspension down, and in that we're looking for 2 things. We're looking for play in the headstock, which will give itself as a clonk, and we're also looking to make sure that the brakes work and we're not leaving any marks on the stanchions if a full seal was gone or whatever. Okay, so that's all okay. So then we're going to put some pressure on the lever to get the brake system under pressure. Then we're going to check at the master cylinder end that there's no leaks while it's under pressure. Run our fingers over the lead, over the brake line, and then check at the other end while it's under pressure that there are no leaks. Give the disc a little wobble, make sure everything's pinched nicely. That's all okay. Put it on full lock for a bike with a single disc and do the same thing again. Sometimes when the brake line's under stress, you'll get a little weep there. If you do, it's a failure, but it's just that thing that you need to fix, okay? So it's not that stringent and that's in your interests. So then we're going to go down the right-hand side of the bike. What we're interested in, the frame number. First off, does it match what's on the card? And in this case, being that this is an Irish bike, it's back to front. So frame number matches what's on the card. Engine number on these ones.
Very hard to get.
Yeah, it's real hard to get at. Yeah. Well, the last 3 numbers are the same. Yeah. But we need to make sure that the engine number and the frame number aren't defaced. We're checking for any sharp edges on anything that might catch your leg. So on this one you need to just run a file over the edge of there just to take that little sharp edge off of there. And on small things like that, we'll trust the rider to take that away. If it was something major, we'd ask the rider to bring the bike back for a recheck. But on this particular occasion, we know the bike, we know the rider, and we know he's going to do it. So we've checked that that's all, no sharp edges on there, no sharp edges on the stands, nothing there, no sign of oil having leaked, no oil under the engine cases. She's all clean on this side. Last things that we need to check, rear brake. Same procedure as the front. Check that there's no leaks on it while it's under pressure. And most importantly, if you're scrutineering an LC, make sure it works. So we come around to the other side of the bike and we're going to repeat the process down this side of the bike. On this side of the bike, we're interested in things like the circlip retaining the front sprocket. Is it present? Is it sitting in the groove? Has it got a bolt retaining on it? Is it all okay? That, in this particular instance, that's all perfectly fine. We're going to check again, make sure there's no sharp edges. no sharp edges. And on this side, on the chain side, we need to make sure we've got a shark's fin. So that's to stop your fingers from getting trapped in the rear sprocket, because that's the way it gets dragged in, not that way. So that shark's fin, very important. Again, we're going to check there's no leaks, everything's secure, exhaust's not going to fall off, bodywork's all okay, rear hugger's all spot on, that's okay. Last thing we want to check, that the rain light works. Switch the rain light on. Rain light, solid red to be seen at an arc of 15 degrees either side of the centre line from the rear of the bike. Okay, so as long as you can stand behind the bike and see it, it can be a simple fitting like this one, which is pretty much a simple push bike light. It doesn't have to have a switch on the handlebar. You do have to have a switch that you can get at in the assembly area, just in case a race is declared wet. So solid red, not flashing red, nicely mounted, all good and clear. This bike's perfectly okay, and that's as simple as it is.